Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Stand Up, Sit Down. On today's show, I had the hilarious Jeremy Scippio. Stick around.
You are now tuned in to Black Hollywood Live. Stand up, sit down.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Mm-hmm. All that. All that. What's up, man?
You ain't gonna do what you was doing before?
Huh?
You gonna do what you was doing before?
Nah, because now the camera's on. I can't.
He made that to the...
Here's the thing. If I can quote Bill Cosby,
No.
which I feel like is the best time to do so. He says he can't dance, but he's a damn good sit-down dancer.
Bill, oh, is it?
Yeah, like he's
Oh,
in
that-
the chair, it's all, you know what I'm saying. But standing up is a totally different ballgame.
So you know that with that challenge episode where him and the dude was going back and forth and
I've forgot.
you didn't watch the Cosby.
I did. I watched like 3
Classic
episodes
episode.
of the Cosby Show. I know I'm terrible. I'm like the kid who didn't watch Seinfeld. You know what I mean? But,
Oh, man.
But I watched Seinfeld. I just didn't watch as many. I watched like literally 3 episodes of the Cosby Show.
Well, he proves your point.
Oh, does he? Okay, so
he's
so-
tap dancing in a chair against a guy who's like a professional tap dancer.
See, that's okay. So then I wasn't lying.
You were dead on.
What's up, man?
Hey, living it.
How you been?
Doing great.
You've been busy.
I've been extremely busy.
You've been. Here's the thing, because like I check up on people from time to time, make sure that they're not strung out or dead. You know what I'm saying? Because LA can do some things to you,
Absolutely.
especially being a young black man in these streets right now. I like to make sure that my folks is doing okay. And you, all right, got a hot, yeah, well, but you are doing fantastic.
Thanks, man.
You are just here and there and traveling and posting pictures with white women. It's fantastic. I'm like, damn it, Jeremy
Oh, God.
is living the dream, man.
Yeah, man, work, man. I love it. I mean, that's what we came to do, you know, just work. I love working.
Yeah.
Doing comedy and stuff, you know.
But that's because you could like work at Ralph's or something, I guess, and that's not as exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I bypassed that. You know, and those are customers. Like, hey, you know, it's the whole relating thing. Like, you know, as long as I get to relate to the people. But yeah, I just like working and traveling and stuff, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
So let's take it all the way back.
Uh-huh.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Right? What was life like growing up in the Natty? Did you call it the Natty, first of all, before I just throw out a...
I didn't, but some people do. You know, that's like somebody going California. Hey, you be like, oh, you listen to too much Dr.
Right.
Dre.
Okay. Cali or something.
Yeah,
But
Cali.
like people from Cali don't say Cali though.
Yeah.
But I feel like people from Cincinnati may say the Natty.
The natty or the nasty natty, and
okay.
I don't like.
A little
I'm not
freak
like.
Nick.
I'm like nasty sounds nasty. I don't. That's not a way to brag about your
Right.
city. But yeah, growing up in Cincinnati, I grew up in which was virtually a suburb, but it was the hood. You know what I mean, Lincoln Heights, Zone 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you know already.
Yeah, it was a hood, like, you know. I mean, population, I guess maybe I can't say 1,000. Like everybody knew everybody. You know, like maybe 2 white kids was in my elementary school. Where it was like the mayor's kids or something like that.
Oh, the mayor of the city.
Yeah, the mayor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lincoln Heights or whatever. So
Zone 15.
Zone 15, man.
So you were in like the nicer part of... No. Then what are the mayor's
hood.
kids doing in the...
I guess just to prove that he's.
They just down with the...
Or maybe
with
he
the
just
cause?
couldn't do better. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean that's what I was told. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, man. You know, it was I had a, you know, pretty much. I don't get into it too much, but pretty typical rough beginning. You know, as far as going to school, you know, getting roughed up and hazed and all that stuff. Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, what type of kid were you though? Like, were you like a not a jock, but you know, like, were you athletic? Were you a nerd? Were you class clown? Like, what type of kid were you?
No, nerdy. But I mean, you really didn't have much of a choice, man. If you were a regular kid in my school, then you were a nerd.
Oh wow.
The kids were just so harsh.
Yeah,
That were living the upbringing, you know. I mean, just growing up with rough beginnings, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I had you know, a lot of interest. You know, I liked the cartoons and TV. I used to draw a lot, and that was kind of my escape thing. That's kind of what gained me a lot of my friends. a lot of the bullies would be like, oh shoot, he can draw though. like man, like let me see that. All right, that's kind of tight though. All right, it'll be cool after that. Like Scippio, draw me that Ryu again. Like that's like that's
okay, all right, yeah.
That's cool. I used to have to walk to school, but it wasn't too far.
You weren't barefoot, were you?
Huh?
You weren't barefoot.
No, I
walking
wasn't
to school. So
barefoot.
it
Nah,
wasn't
I'm not one of those
like in the snow.
30 miles
right,
in
it was
the snow, in this blizzard.
Right.
Nah, man. Just, I don't, when I say I had a rough upbringing, it's not it's not like a pride thing. Like I'm trying to show how, this is just literally my life. And this is like, where I came from, but I ended up going to a more advanced school a little later. And then finally, like 8th grade on, I went to performing arts school.
Oh, nice.
And small steps in between kind of led me to the lifestyle I'm living now. But yeah, man, Cincinnati itself, it had a mixture and dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had the rough areas, you had the very, you had the upper class areas. But I just went back recently, and it's just a whole new. They gentrified the whole city.
Did they really?
Yeah, like Cincinnati was never too prideful. They had pride, but it wasn't like, like Chicago or people like, I'm from New York. Like Cincinnati was like, let's keep that a secret. Like it's technically Kentucky, like that type of stuff. But like now it's like really prideful. They got the city lights and the name Cincinnati. You can see it from across the river.
Wow.
They rejuvenate a lot of things. A popular crack spot is now a macaroon store. So,
that's gentrification.
Definition.
Yeah, right. Go from crack to macaroons.
Yeah, I just noticed like when I was there, I was like, man, like this gonna suck when I try to show my hard upbringing. Yeah, maybe like, oh, you grew up pretty nice. I'm like, no, I promise it was crackheads and strippers all around here. Like
that's all cleaned out now.
Oh man, it's crazy. They have a casino. So it's a nicer place than what I grew up. But
so how was your little area, your little district, your little zone?
Zone 15?
Zone 15.
Oh man, I moved from there when I was 12.
Okay. No, I mean, but did you go back in it to like see?
Oh no.
How it? No, you don't. No,
real hood dudes. No, the goal is to make it out of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, don't you ever get curious? Just like let me just drive past the old house. You know what I mean?
Drive past. Exactly, drive past. No, you know what I mean? Because
I mean, don't stop and get out and take photos. I mean, you gotta.
When I grew up there, everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows it's like loosely something, so they know who you are. They know your aunts, your uncle. They know people.
Right.
So they knew who I was.
Right.
So even though I got roughed up, it was never like it was like hazing. It wasn't, it was out of love. No, but it's like everybody knows everybody.
Right.
But now I'm virtually a stranger. So yeah, of course you don't just hang out in Lincoln Heights.
Right.
I don't think they gentrified Lincoln.
Not yet. That's
I think
next on the ballot.
over to
Hilarious.
I don't know.
What introduced you to stand up? Like how did you like get your first taste of it?
My first taste, I would say, I think Def Comedy Jam. I think watching something I wasn't supposed to. I was too young to be watching. And you laugh at the right places, but you don't know why you laughing. I guess I don't know. It like means different things to you at different points in your life. But I fell in love with it. But so funny. I think I did take it seriously then. But I hadn't made up my mind to be a stand-up.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that story where they're just like, oh, I knew from the day I was born. Like no way. I just knew, like Martin. I used to watch Martin's show every Thursday on Fox, like 8 o'clock. I don't know exactly the time. I used to be like, yo, I want to be that.
Yeah.
And then I seen on his show, he had the radio show. I was like, I want to be a radio host, Then I watch You So Crazy. And I think that probably would kind of put it somewhat in my mind, like, okay, maybe I could do stand-up.
Right.
Yeah, but, SNL, watching that, MADtv, like, I used to try my best to stay up. I can't tell you how mad I would be, because SNL would come on at 11:30.
Right. But yeah, so because like MADtv would come on at 11,
yeah.
and then so you're like, but MADtv was an hour,
Yeah.
and then so you're like, I gotta switch back and forth between SNL and MADtv because it was like two different channels. You're like, yeah. No, it was a little tough.
I used to fall asleep like towards the end of MADtv, and I wake up mad, like, oh man, I'm pissed, man. Like,
Well, I mean, and because I think like those shows, especially like during that time period when MADtv was on, because like SNL was in like its third prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right then, because they had like literally direct competition
Right.
with MADtv, and then it kind of fizzled out.
Live in Color, all that stuff. But no, yeah, you're right though. MADtv had some of the doper sketches around then. SNL gets you around political time. That's where they kick it up a notch.
And then every other time they're kind of like, well, here's a commercial. No, like their like
Reigning
fake
champs, like,
commercials were great. Those I love those. But then like everything else, I'm like, okay, well.
Man, I used to. No matter what though. See, I wasn't even as critical about comedy stuff back then. I used to just be happy I was there. I wish all audience members were like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, now people are just
They have an opinion.
Yeah,
and they don't deserve one
for everything.
No.
For everything. Everyone has an opinion for everything.
I would do it like that.
Who were some of your, besides Martin, who were some of your early influences when you were really like watching this comedy thing?
Everybody. I was raised by television. I mean, everybody. Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor. I'm gonna say everything every comic says.
Right.
But like
say something different. Say like Roseanne. Like I loved Roseanne.
Roseanne, that's not different.
Well, I feel like people don't say Roseanne
show,
as much though as like the prior.
I loved Roseanne until the very last season.
Yeah.
I loved Roseanne. Jeez, man. I'm just like flipping through. I mean, even from Tom Green to Dick Gregory, Gregory Hines. I remember his show.
He had a great show.
I watched everybody's show, even if you only got one season. I watched their show.
Yeah.
I remember in George Carlin's show, in the episode where he died, and he was he died, and he was like watching. It was like a was it the Ghost of Christmas Past type thing?
Okay.
Scrooge. What else? I remember Ellen's show, like the original,
right.
Where she came out.
Right.
Yeah, man.
She literally came out of the closet.
And, messed up the whole world. They were like, cut the cameras. You can't do that.
Because people didn't know, like,
then.
I feel like when she did, because like she created such a precedent, and I just want to know how many people knew, that she was gonna do. I feel like only like 4 people knew, you know what I mean, and they just like changed the script, because she had a multicam, so it was like audience members there, and it was like a big thing, and she like played it off and just kept rolling with it.
Oh, she broke the she went off
broke
script.
Television, yeah,
off script.
And they were like, all right.
She pulled a Kanye before Kanye was like...
and then lost her show.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Arsenio Hall, the same thing, man.
Yeah.
But, and you know what? I used to love that, man. I used to, it's so funny, man. I was like, I know some people like, okay, kids shouldn't watch these things, but these things made me, and I mean, I guess everybody doesn't take it positively, but I mean, the things that I watched, before I was an adult, I guess maybe my mind was mature enough to digest it. But yeah, man.
I mean, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't mature enough. Like now it is.
I say the sexual stuff. That's what I used to be like. But
what's an orgasm? Like, you had no idea. No idea.
How can we be?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Okay. I'm still not gonna go too hard.
I mean, if you want to, talk about whatever.
Martin talked about. He talked about this like a good place for a stick up. Like I got it, but I didn't get it. I know what a stick up was. I didn't know where he was sticking it.
Right.
But, but yeah, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What was your first show like? So when you were like, all right, I'm gonna be a stand-up and I'm gonna actually try this thing. What was that very first show like?
First show. So okay, all right. First show. That's a different question. I don't get that one. Normally I get like first set. So first show. Let's see. Okay. First show. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I went to a bar.
Okay.
Full of older, black people, and I was always looked at as the younger guy. Who got me there? I can't think of the guy's name. I think William Alexander. Okay. If he matters. He's a comic.
He
And
does. He matters.
If it matters. I think he told me to go to this place and my boy Joe Wells. Joe Hopewell. Yeah. Anyway, so I come there. And I'm looking at the comics get down. It's a bar, man. It's like it's a bar with the same type of the same people, people every week.
Right.
They was they just doing the Def Comedy Jamish type comedy, but they're hitting hard and they're saying stuff. And even though I come from a rough environment, I've never been I don't curse a lot unless I'm mad, I guess. I don't know. But I don't say a lot of gross stuff, whatever. Like the type of comic I am. So well back then. I'm looking at this like, yo, I want to get in, and man, I wrote a set to get ready. I used to write every day. I used to write, and I wrote a set, and I had a routine together about where I grew up at and stuff. And first set actually went really well.
That's good.
It went really well.
Laughter and people clapping.
They laughed. I was probably off beat, but they was on. I think they gave me the whole he's young pass.
Right.
It was funny. So then that was like my little guest set. So they was like, hey man, you're on next week. Like automatically, like, yo, you're on.
Oh wow.
And I was like, okay, bet, man. So like I said, it's the same type of crowd. So the next week, I did the same material.
The same exact set.
Yeah, and I remember after the first joke, they repeated the punch.
Oh wow.
And I knew it was gonna be tough. I didn't change anything.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember this too, because I think my second actual show was this white guy hooked me up in Kentucky. And the first show I did, which wasn't too far from where I grew up at, I remember I was about to leave and the guy was like, hey, you get paid? And I was like, no. He was like, hey, come here. And then he came by the dude at the bar. And he told me to hang with the dude at the bar. He was like, "Hey man, when you gonna pay me and my man here?" And he was just like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And he never came back.
he just left.
Yeah. But the first show I did in Kentucky, I did the same thing. I left, and it was like, "Hey Jeremy, hey, you forgot your money," and he paid me $50. So
nice.
It was like
So you were a professional comic very early in your career.
I guess you could look at it like that.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Kentucky pays better?
Oh, but they're scarier, man. They're scarier, man. Nothing's like our people. You know what I mean? Like, is even though some people might think it's the opposite, man. But Kentucky is a specific type of white people.
Right.
Was it? I think I made a joke about the truck with the balls hanging. Like that's their humor. They don't.
So you don't want to get lost in Kentucky, is what you're saying?
I only go across the river and back. I've never been.
Right, you don't want to go too deep. You may not get out, right?
I've never been in the center. I don't even know the capital of Kentucky. I don't.
Hilarious.
Actually, I do. Frankfurt. I don't know why I know that.
See?
I don't know why I know that.
Because you're well traveled. You're well versed and well traveled.
Sadly.
What? So was the second show that you did, so that was essentially considered your first bomb, since they repeated your punchlines to you?
It wasn't a bomb. My first set was a bomb. Silence and somebody in the back was like, "Babe, you can do it."
Oh, see, that's how you know. That's how you know you're doing terrible.
And then people don't want to stand near you afterwards, and especially because, like I said, I was young. I don't know. People act like you the one. Like they can see it in my eyes, like, "Oh, you the one." And then after you bomb, they be like, like,
are you sure you want to do this?
You like, hey man. He be like, yeah, good luck, kid. And you get the person off stage and try to give you advice, like, what I would do. And they never been on stage before. But yeah, when you winning, you win, and everybody think you're amazing, and it's a great feeling. So,
what about hecklers?
Because
I feel like people don't really heckle you that much.
I've actually kind of, I guess, created a persona. I mean, it's me, but I'm pretty open.
Right.
So people get used to, I don't know. It's like I'm like this. I never give off the vibe that I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
Like if you say, you know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's where a lot of people mess up is even though I prefer you not to say anything, I feel like I know what I want to talk about.
Right.
But if you say something and it's from your brain, you know, I will address it accordingly, and I don't have to, you know. But if you're trying to win, you know, I might, you know. But if it's like something legit and it's in the flow, you know, not that I'm encouraging heckling, any speaking outside of, you know, like, honestly, you shouldn't say anything.
Right. Unless you're asked the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, if somebody does want to say something, it's not the hugest deal. I mean, I know what we do, and I know what people see on TV and what they think comedy is.
Right.
You know, but yeah, for the most part, like, heckling tends to not go south as much with me, you know.
But has there been a time to where you had to, you know?
Yeah. But, like I said, it tends to work. I mean, I don't know. It tends to work out.
So I mean, like, you've never had a heckler ruin your set, and you're like, fuck, you know, you just get frustrated and walk off.
If that did happen, the set was already shit anyway. I mean, it was going down. Like, I remember this one club in New York. It was like a Jamaican club, and you know, they threw me up first, and there's like a group of ladies on stage with you.
Okay.
And every time you said something, they go,
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, it wasn't going nowhere. Like, you know, like, you know, and this was like my second year in comedy. So yeah, it wasn't going anywhere, you know. Like now I probably can handle it a lot more, but it's like whatever.
Right.
You know, but yeah, most people receive me, you know, pretty openly. You know, like I've turned shows around. I've turned some pretty like it'd be like heckling, it'd be like this, and I'll turn it around. You know, it's just I think it's your energy more than anything.
Yeah.
You know?
So, because your humor, like, you know, you point out ironic situations and this and that. So, like, what is your joke writing process like?
Just freeing. I just do what I feel. I don't think about it. It's like it's literally what I want to do. I don't care what anybody else think. It's only what I think.
Right.
And that's my joke writing process. If it's a conversation I had or something, if I'm really compelled, it's in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, you know, it might make it to set, might not. I don't know. But this is what I, you know.
And it's something. But do you like physically write out the full joke, or is it just like a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of bullet points?
I keep I write on everything. You seen that picture of Eminem's room? He just has like writings all over his walls and stuff like that. Like that's like that. Like, well, yeah, it's creepy. Never mind then. Forget it.
So what you're saying is I don't have wallpaper. I got jokes everywhere.
No, well, not that, but that's how, you know. Like I have notebooks upon notebooks. You know, I don't even finish a lot of them. Like I just write until I want to see a new notebook. I'll just keep a bunch of notebooks. But even then, like the writing part for me is just the exercise. I really just like jokes. Yeah, I just like rhetoric in general.
How like so all these notebooks, like, do you ever just go back and be like, oh man, I forgot all about this joke. Let me try this. And
absolutely. Like, yeah, man. I mean, you know, it's never ending, man. I like you know, I like thoughts.
Yeah.
Ideas.
Yeah.
So I like.
So now, is there anything that's off limits for you?
For me, what to talk about on stage?
Yeah.
No. But
you'll say anything. You'll talk about anything, anybody. You'll just go in.
Well, see, I like this. I have empathy. So, yeah, if I'm feeling bad about something, I'm not gonna talk about it. But I might not feel bad the next day. So, yeah.
So talk about the next day.
I'm really, man. I'm pretty selfish with my process, man. It's like it's, you know, I think the best way for you know, for artists to grow is you know, with freedom. Right. Freedom of expression. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, I'm my own judge and jury.
Would you apologize for anything that you've said?
That's such a in the comic community. That's such a tough thing.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm man enough to apologize if I feel like I'm wrong.
Okay,
but
what if it's funny? Like, what if the joke, whatever you said, is hilarious, and then you're like, oh my, it's such a good joke though, but this group of people or this, you know, like mass is just in arms, up in arms.
I don't respect is a two-way street. Also, I feel like you know, people like to hide behind the freedom of speech thing. Right. But it's like, yeah, if you feel like freedom of speech, like you also have to take the consequences that come with, you know what I mean, with the things you say. If I truly feel sorry, I'm gonna say sorry. Now, the question is whether I feel sorry. Right. If I don't feel sorry, then nah, you ain't getting no apology.
But then would you keep doing the joke?
I feel like it.
Knowing
Refer to the first.
knowing what's gonna happen. Because like, let's say you have a joke, right? That's like super racist and sexist all at the same time, right?
Okay.
And then it offends a bunch of people, but it's hilarious, right? So you keep doing it, and then you keep doing it. You know, you put it online, and then say you put it on television. And then now it's like this bigger backlash because you have all these people who have seen this joke.
I mean, if I feel sorry, you know what I mean? I think a lot of that comes from, you know, like I read people. I'm into, like, you know, like I said, rhetoric. You know, I know words affect people, and you know, I tend to keep a gauge on. Like, I wouldn't say anything that I didn't have some sort of prediction on what the reaction would be. If I feel like, you know, if it was a reaction I wasn't expecting, and I didn't expect that, I feel like that would come from a place of ignorance, literally the lack of knowledge,
Right.
and I would apologize for that. Okay. But how often does that happen? Very seldomly.
Okay.
I'm like, maybe one time that I can kind of think of, but even then, though, like, you know, I'm not that gross. So there's some gross comics out there. I'm not that gross.
You know what my favorite jokes that you had, I don't know, I feel like you probably don't do it anymore.
Sure.
But you had this Herman Cain joke.
Oh yeah, I don't do that one.
That like I've seen you do it a few times, and every time I'm just like literally pissing my pants. So what is your favorite joke that you've done?
My favorite joke that I've done. It changes because I like writing so much. But I say the joke that was most significant to me is probably the joke, like one of my first written jokes. Because I do feel like there's a difference in like what's writing, you know, at least for my style.
Right.
You know, because at first I was just saying, like, you know, I guess like most people think like, oh, I'm gonna say it because it's funny.
Right.
You know, but it doesn't show off like the talent part. You know what I mean? Everybody can tell a joke, but to be well versed at writing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's a talent. You know what I mean? And the first joke that I kind of displayed that to me was a joke. I go, I'm a black man. I love black women, but I hate black kids. And it was just, for me, it was like, I don't know, the manipulating of the wording. You know what I mean? Like, because first time I said that, like, I was trying to express myself, you know, and of course I don't hate black kids, but I was trying to express myself, like, okay, how do I get this across? You know what I mean? And, you know, I can't even say it the way I said it before, or honestly, I'm probably not doing a joke any justice right now, but the emotional roller coaster that it takes the audience. Right. That's why I was like, okay, this is writing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a haiku or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You're basically Shakespeare up there, you know, and you're creating little sonnets. Yeah. And then, from there, you know, certain jokes also, you could tell, just like I said, like, okay, you were impressed by that, right? So, you know, I could tell certain jokes at certain points elevated my career in different directions, just basically upon how people received it. You know, certain jokes like about my last name, or just where I'm from, or, you know, just about me, it dictates that. So, you know, that's what'll probably decide what's my favorite joke at the moment is, right. I was like, oh, I like it because they like this. It got me on TV, so yeah, I like that joke best. Like, standing ovation. That's my favorite joke, the one that gets to standing up. All right. So, because you've been doing comedy for a while. Yeah, about 5.5, almost 6 years. So what has been, in this 6-year journey, what has been like your favorite moment? My favorite moment? Before I answer that question, you know what I just thought of? Remember Zen Lounge? Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorites. Yeah, so because I had Ty on maybe a month ago, and we talked about it. Oh my gosh, man. Yo, watching the DJ freak out like that. Oh man. I mean, you know, it is great when things go well. Right. You know, I always say bad comedy's bad, terrible comedy's amazing.
And I just like when things just crash and burn sometimes. You know, like I don't want to see people fail. That's not my point. But when things just go as like not as planned, that's like hilarious to me. I'm just like, oh man, like we could not have foreseen this.
Right.
How did this
The series of events that unfolds in front of
how
us.
did this happen? Who let this happen?
That's funny. I mean, like when you see someone on stage just doing so bad, like don't you kind of feel bad for them? Like don't you feel embarrassed? Because like I get like, oh, just stop. Like no, don't keep. You know, because like I feel it.
But there's a level of greatness when it comes to fighting through that stuff. And because the thing is like if you lose the battle, you don't want to lose the lesson. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think some people do. I'm not saying like, if you're stinking up the place, then yeah, get off stage. But sometimes I'll see people hit like a road bump in their growth, and they don't climb that mountain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just like let's say we don't like hecklers. You know what I mean? And you get a heckler and you run tail every time.
Right.
You never learn how to deal with hecklers.
Right.
So when I see that happening on stage, I'm thinking like, okay, pull out. You know what I mean? Pull.
Yeah.
Say,
right.
land the plane, man. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes not a bomb. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Sometimes it's like land the plane so you can get off safely.
Just ease off, right? It's kind of, yeah. No, I was at, I forgot where I was, but there was this kid who was on stage and he was telling a joke about a horse, and he was like, and then like he realized that the joke wasn't working. So he like shifted the joke and made it even worse, and he started talking about like this girl that was having sex with this one, and it went from like bad to worse, and then the audience was like, "Yo, you gotta chill." And no, because I was looking, I was looking around, and people's faces were just like, "What is he talking about?" And he kept going. Like, he stopped. Like he had that deer in the headlights moment. And then he kept going, and I'm like, okay, see, this is where someone cut his mic.
Somebody cut his mic?
No, someone needed to. You gotta
that's
just.
funny. I mean, like I said, man, terrible comedy is amazing. Okay, you actually reminded me. We only gonna talk about bad times.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
This reminded me. There was a place called Spotlight Comedy Club years ago. It's gone now, but there was we're doing a show, and there was a comic who was, I guess he was recently passed the Laugh Factory or something like that, or he's one of the main. He used to go up every night at the Laugh Factory. Right. And you think like comics are arrogant or somebody might be arrogant, but you don't know unless they show. But you never know. Right. Sometimes things mean things. It's like rappers, like, oh, is he dissing me? Is he dissing me? No, he ain't dissing me. All right, cool. So you never know, right? So this dude kind of had that high mighty thing going on, and everybody was really tripping, and it was a lady in the audience. It was her birthday, and the host was cool. Everybody was cool. The show was going pretty good. It wasn't like an amazing show, but it was like chill. It was a good. People were having a good time. Let's put it that way. So this guy gets on, and he was technically the headliner. He goes up there. And he starts his first joke, and I think his joke was kind of like, it was, what is it? Something like, I'm not a big guy, so I don't like fighting. Like, it's like the first thing he says all the time. Like, and, yeah, so then the lady, it was the lady whose birthday it was, she had like a party with her, and they was like I said, they were the hecklers pretty much. But they weren't too, but they're having a good time, you know what I mean? Right. Positive hecklers. I hate them too, but still, it's just like, they like, yeah, say that again. Yeah, that's what was happening, yeah. So, and every comic would deal with it in their own way. This guy, second time she does that, he goes, hey, you gonna learn to shut the fuck up when a real comic's on this stage. Wow. In that one sentence, he alienated himself from the audience. Yeah. From the lady that was having the most fun, and the comics. Yeah. It was so like, that was new for me to watch. Oh my god! This was still like my first year in LA too. Like it was like, what was his name? You get what are his initials? Because listen, you can't just tell that. We want to know. Me and the audience, we want to know. Initials.
Yeah, you can do the
Initials.
initials. Do the second
It's so
letter
funny
of
'cause
the first name and the third letter of the last name.
I'm so varied day by day because right now I'm like in a good mood. So I'm like, I don't say it next day. I'll be like, it was it. You know who you are. Like,
All right, just write it down.
What is this like?
write it down.
Look, E,
And then-
and that's it. That's all I give you. E.
That's terrible.
Anyway, so I haven't seen the guy in a while, but it might.
Maybe he's not
pop
even doing
back up.
comedy anymore. Maybe he's like a construction worker or something. You know what I mean?
That's the coldest sneak diss ever. This person you don't even know.
I'm saying like maybe like he fell on some hard times and now he's like, okay, well let me.
I can't. I'm just telling the story. I can't. I don't know where he's at right now.
Working for
I
the
just know.
MTA, driving the metro.
Wow, that's cold.
They have benefits, union job. It's a good job.
I'm gonna make sure.
Salaried, it's a good job.
I'm gonna make sure I text you every now and then just so you don't say this about me. I'm like, I'm on tour, man, and you're like, nah, I haven't seen you, man. You gotta be working for Metro.
I'll be like, yo, Jeremy is on that new expo line. Yeah, with tooting on the expo line, Santa Monica every day, yo.
But look, this is what happened with the guy because it got better.
Oh, okay.
So, it got way better. So the lady is going off. She just like, how dare you talk to me like that? It's my birthday. I was having a good time. He's like, whatever, lady. Shut up. Shut the, all this stuff. And then the dude stands up. That was one of the dudes that's with her, and he goes like, yo, I'm gonna whoop your ass, right? And then he goes, oh, who are you? Who's that? Like your girlfriend? And is that your girlfriend? Your wife? He said, no, that's my mom.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They got, and then the dude jumps on the table, jumps on stage.
Oh shit.
And then finally he runs off. See, the host could have saved him. But when he said a real comment, it was just like, it was like, yo, man, like, yo.
Fend for yourself.
He alienated himself. Like, he was standing back. He was like, yeah, I'm going to let him burn.
Maybe get his ass whooped in the process.
It was hilarious, man.
That's funny. So like he didn't finish his set.
The guy finished it for him. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I deal with heckling, but I don't go like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I felt aggressive, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't know, I'm never. To be honest with you, people are generally not. I mean, people are generally good people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if they're drunk or being a-holes, I don't know. Like, as long as you want to laugh, we can go somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just, I don't know. I'm good in that area. You know what I mean? Like, like in the corner, like, when you boxing, like that. This guy wasn't. And I think, actually, I missed that part because he even said, like, I told you I can't fight. I told you I can't.
Throws the mic at him and runs upstairs.
There's another type of anger that activates when somebody's talking about your mom. I think that's when your mom comes.
No, because here's the thing. Because when you have someone going at and you're there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorites.
You gotta throw them hands.
Yeah, man.
Even if you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta do it just to do it.
So you've gotten a black eye before then?
No.
Oh.
No, you're not gonna. This is the.
Why wouldn't you just run?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you just run?
No, because I'm gonna kick you in the penis. That's
God, dirty.
That's it. Here's the thing.
That's so dirty.
People know. Like, I have a joke about that. I'm like, I can't fight. Like, I haven't been in a fight, this and that, but I'm just like, listen, like, it's gonna go one of two ways.
So you've never been in a fight?
Because no. Because wow. I'm like, you are not gonna hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? First of all, why am I gonna get hit? Right. Secondly, you're not gonna get that close to hit me, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kick you in the penis, I'm gonna flick you in the throat, and then that's it. I'm gonna walk off. That's it.
Okay. What about like jumped, like or group of people?
Okay, well I'm running.
Okay.
That's the
I'm just making sure. I'm like, what's the fight or flight thing? What's your line?
Like, it's the majority of it is just flight. Like, cause like there's no reason for me to fight. Like, I'm 28 years old. Like, who's fighting right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not. If I was like a teenager, this and that, like that's maybe a different story. But no, I'm damn near 30. I don't need to be out here fighting.
You're definitely like generally like a calm. Great guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's not a lot of things that get me angry, but like when I get like mad, then I'm like, okay, then I gotta kick in the penis. That's it.
Hey, I know not to debate you on nothing, because I'm like, I know his first move. I'm not.
Right, that's it.
Like,
That's it. There's you know what I'm saying? Like,
I just grew up in such a aggressive, like everybody wanted to fight. You know what I mean? Like I'm always ready.
yeah,
I'm always
right.
ready. Like even the stand shoulder to shoulders, like do something then, do something then. Yeah,
Right.
you do something.
Right.
You do something. No, you do something. Like I
Right,
always,
right.
I'm just so to somebody just be like I'm either stand and fight or kick you in the penis. Whatever. I'm like, why didn't I think of that?
Well, you say because like I had friends who would fight. You know what I'm saying? So so like if anything happened to pop off, like they would handle it, and I would just go get the car. You know, like that was my job. My job, especially if we were out with like girls. I'm saying like my job, round up all the women, go get the car, and then as soon as they're hop in and we out. That's it.
Get the car. Get the car. That's like the Megazord for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Like after y'all fight, it's like, yo, get the car. That's
it.
Just
That's
drive
it.
off.
So you've done a little television.
Yeah.
Right. You've done a little comedy on television. What was that like? Because you did stand up and deliver on Nouveau TV.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was a little nerve wracking. I guess because it was at the Hollywood Improv, and it's just because you used to show like stage performance on a show and a television taping are two different things, and a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're similar, but they're different. So now, since I have experience, when somebody says taping to me, I go into it differently. You know what I mean? Show, you like I said, you just ready to tame and know how to, But the cool part about taping is that you don't have to. So I kind of came in with the show mentality, like it's a show, and I felt like I should have came in with the taping mentality, but people in the back like doing your makeup and all that stuff.
Right.
I'm just like, oh man, I just want to go up. But yeah, it was cool, and they pay you. In LA, that's different.
It is. It certainly
The
is.
difference between a taping and a show. They pay you in
Right,
LA.
right.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it was cool.
How did that come about? Like what got you there?
What do you mean?
Like how did you get booked on the stand up and deliver?
Oh,
tape?
you got some private information too.
Yeah, that's
Not playing. The Improv booked me on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. People looking out for me there. They just, and the cool part about that was I wasn't having the best day when I got the news. So it was like, oh shoot, now it's a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was cool. People hit you. I get everything randomly.
Well, and I feel like that's how a lot of stuff really happens. I mean, like granted, like you do the work and so people know your quality and your work ethic, which is why they call you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's like, hey, can you do this real quick?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm the type of comic that everybody tells other comics to be. Like, just work and don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Some people just so worried, and you just get around all these different emotions and stuff, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I just work, man. I mean, I'm not infallible, but I just don't worry about everything.
Yeah.
Just and things start picking up. Business get better. People hitting you up. People ask you to do stuff.
Women sliding into your DMs, right? Yeah, you have that popping.
Women.
Guys sliding into your DMs.
Nah, guys sliding into the. I'm gonna be like you, kick you in the. Is there an emoji for that? Like
there needs to be. There needs to be. That's funny.
But no, I would say I filmed a movie. I actually just wrapped a
Nice.
part of a movie called The Groove. I don't know when it'll be out. Gotta ask the director that, but that was fun. That was in New York.
Nice.
I got to play something non-stereotypical. I got to play a principal, so that was fun.
A principal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't have to be the funny part, so that was cool.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that's super dope.
Yeah, because most times you get like a basketball player,
Right.
or
Black guy number one.
Yeah. Hey, we need you to break into this house and like, It's like, okay, I get it.
I need you holding this watermelon and this piece of chicken here for this scene.
You know, I don't like watermelon.
Really?
I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's refreshing. It's fantastic. It really is. Like, here's like, because like even though like it's such a stereotype, like I'm like, yo, I enjoy it. But white people like it too, which is funny to me because I feel like I know more white people that enjoy watermelon than black people.
Well, man, you know what is that people are just so ignorant. And like I said, in the classical definition, like the lack of knowledge,
Right.
when they're trying to figure things out, they're like, oh, they're eating watermelon, you know, like, oh,
Right.
that's like what they must like.
Right.
And so it's like, hey, have some watermelon, you know, like, I know you like it. You ever had a girlfriend that she'll see you eat something and then she'd be like, oh, it's your favorite, and it's like, no, I just ate it that one time.
Right.
You know, like,
I just tried it.
yeah, like,
Who eats lima beans all the time?
yeah, like, you know, I liked it on that day, you know, like, you know, I feel like that's just how a lot of that racial stereotype stuff come to be.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. What is probably the biggest thing that you've learned in your career doing comedy?
Biggest thing. These are
Most important, you know.
all of these are like
Great questions, I know. Yeah.
like I have to. There's Zen questions. I have to find myself. The greatest. Let's see. I think keep hope alive. I don't know. Just keep no, but seriously, like just keep motivating yourself. I don't. Sometimes I pretend that like, okay, today is my first day. You know, it makes you grateful all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and everything else was just a head start. I'm always writing. Always have new ideas. You know, I don't worry about too many other people or what they're doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I support my friends. You know, definitely helping each other. You know, I think that's important. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the amount of help I've gotten. Yeah. But yeah, just sincerely, you know, just always keeping that refreshing hope thing, you know, like just like, okay, like, hey, something, you know, every day something, because man, one day, one person, one encounter, it just changes your whole direction, your whole trajectory of your life, or what are you doing. But you have to be out there for that to happen. Right. You know what I mean? I think some people get so down on themselves and then they cut that off. They're like, they cut the hope part off. Like, okay, well, you know, like, and they get like, oh, I've been out here this long and I haven't done anything. And it's like, according to who though? Right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're a hero in people's eyes. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because if you're on stage every night, or if you're on a stage somewhere every night, that's an accomplishment in itself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I enjoy so many parts of what I do. Like, you know, I'm glad I have the career I have, honestly, man. Like, I'm very grateful. There's some really shitty careers out there.
Yeah, no, this is very true. Yeah. What would probably be your biggest piece of advice that you give to someone who wants to get into this stand-up world, or who's like thinking about it but they're a little hesitant because they don't know, you know?
Keep hope alive. No, I'm kidding. Just advice. I don't like giving newer comics advice.
Like somebody, giving old veterans advice.
Well, not veterans, but like you know, some people they the reason why they even ask the question because they're afraid to start. So it's like, hey, just start. Yeah. You know, and then after that, it's like, keep getting on stage. You know what I mean? Then like when, you know, like say like me and you can have a mutual conversation because, you know, I know how long you've been doing, you know how long we're doing it. You know, like so it's kind of like we have a mutual understanding. So now we can be like, you know, I can be like, hey man, you be like, oh, so how did you get that? And I'm like, oh, this is how, you know, right. Like, you know, it's more of a mutual thing, like a mutual growth. Yeah.
Peers.
Peers. Yeah. But you know, like newer comics, just like, man, I hate to sound generic because I used to hate it when people used to say it to me. But yeah, just get on stage, try to get on stage every night, keep writing, and you know, stay out in these clubs and, you know, work. Yeah. You know, yeah, I sound so.
You sound very cookie cutter, but it's okay because
it's the truth, man.
Right? Because that's like, and you know, like basketball fundamentals. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get to be great? Know the fundamentals. Once you have the fundamentals down, you know, then you can, okay, now you hit that next step. But you need that foundation.
People always looking for cheat codes, man. Yeah. That's what it is. They're trying to like, oh man, well, I know you know this, or I know you know how to do that. Like, man, one thing I stay true to is I go up as much as possible and I write every day. after that, man, whatever happens. And,
So then once you blow up and start doing arenas, are you still gonna be writing every day?
Yeah, like some people, and not one is better than the other, but it's just what do you love about it? Like I like the knowledge part of it. I like the informational part of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Almost more so than the laughter that I get from the feedback. So it's like, yeah, I'm always gonna write. Yeah. You know what I mean? Always. I don't know until I don't know.
So you got rigor mortis or something? You can't write.
I try to sound too deep for no reason. It's like, yeah, I'm writing to I can't write no more. So it's just a nub or something. I don't know, just right.
Right. So where can people catch your motivational speaking next?
In the back of any comedy club in America, just in the back. Yo, what y'all need to do is this. But yeah, no, I perform pretty much all over. JeremyScippio.com. Next week I'm in Long Beach on Wednesday at Gas Lamp. I'm in Bakersfield Thursday. I'm all over. Probably best to just go to my website. Pretty much keep that update.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Jeremy Scippio, SCIPPIO.com. We're sorry, that's not .com. But yeah, in September I'll be in Vegas. The September 1st through 3rd. And I'll be in Chicago September 12th through 19th, like the whole week. I'm doing Laugh Factory, Zanies. I'm doing the Whip Theater 16th and the 17th. So yeah, I'm staying busy. Yeah.
Well, shit. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, man.
Yo, heck yeah, man.
Thank you for coming in. It's always fun.
Yeah, man.
Your mind, just like the way that everything works, it's always like it just adds this little extra. I don't know what it is, but you're funny. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
No, I appreciate you, man. Hey, seriously.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, you can find me all over the internet at the Nick Perdue. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scippio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.